that out for them. A map behind in the series now. They're gonna have to be full allers here, moving into this first half of play.
T-side is nice though, right? They just get to do whatever they want to do, which is a sigh of relief as they got pushed around a little bit back in the previous. NiP with quite a CT-sided streak to close out Ancient. Let's see if they can begin it. Triple B for an NiP. Gambit are working up Banana. They've got a bit of util, not much though. Can't fake anything out. Got to wait for the commitment. There's the smoke, or decoy rather, trying to force out util. It faked me at least, but smoke's yet to be used. And back to A go Gambit, just grouping. Shiro's late, right? We know what he's going to be doing on this T side. A lot of lurking, a lot of cutting off rotations, some annoying plays I expect. And now Rez in the pit, alongside Device, has to do it all.
Yeah, this is a nice crossfire to have between these two at least. You need something out of it though, and there's Rez with the opener. Hobbit dropping in as well, trying to deal with Pit, and they will flush out Device. And advantage lies with Gambit, and they've got the bomb to play around as well. Now, Linus does still have a kit and a smoke. That could come in handy if you're able to get into the site and hop on this bomb. And with Plopsky opening it up with a little tap onto Hobbit, now you're definitely interested if you're NiP. The attention of Linus is pulled away at just the wrong time, however, and the round starts to fall apart on the back of it. Gambit come in, and they do start strong with the T-side pistol.
Yeah, it really just comes down to, I think it was Axel on the back of the site who just swings, right? If he tucks and he doesn't go for that swing, NiP get a lot more room. They maybe even clear it, but right as they look away, as you said, Linus gets peaked, and then it all just starts tumbling down. Gambit on the board. Nice little B fake, showed some pressure, threw some decoys, and kept 3 there for NiP. Meaning Device and Rez couldn't trade evenly. They only got 1 kill in the A hold. Not enough to tempt them in. Run boost is nice for Hampus. He lands in middle, but Gambit aren't fighting it. They're just going to go for a nice slow default. Let these SMGs work Banana. Nafany holding on for the apps push. And that gives a lot of room to the rest of his team. Don't be surprised to see Gambit double back here. It all feels a bit too good to be true if you're NiP, much as did the pistol. This triple B stack getting avoided again. And now that you actually have the util to throw fakes, it's going to keep NiP clueless for now.
Gambit fully in charge in this round here, right? Playing with the minds of NiP. Oh, Hampus. The side of this smoke. Gambit, in spite of getting this top mid control, they are actually now going back to Banana into a B play with 35 seconds left. Nafany could try and wrap CT, and he will double up on the 2 players on the long side. So we look at the B site, we look at who's still standing here for NiP. Plopsky trying to have a round is only good for the first. Linus in the back of the site is melted as well, and so Device as the last man standing. Won't take long before he's finished off and hunted down. Gambit find that second, and that was great, man. Like they had NiP doubting themselves at every single hurdle, right? They're so committed to the 3-man stack, then they start to doubt. They pull a player away, and it looked like that was going to be the right call for a moment. Gambit even had us fooled, and we have the X-ray to rely on.
Yeah, now it's just about, you know, slipping it under the rug, moving past this anti-eco. One where Gambit can be a little bit more free to run around. You have that Zeus on Plopsky, otherwise not much to work with Hampus as well. A Zeus on the boost, all right. It's a first time for everything. Gambit, so methodical, man. You're never gonna, you know, catch them off guard with any of these Banana positions. NiP have not tended to take this area at all. You can barely blame them. Wall smoke's in. At the same time, they're throwing in B nades, A nades rather, so you never really know where this is ending up if you're NiP. Flash on the long side. Meanwhile, Axel sells B pretty hard, but NiP know what's going on. It's very clear there's more numbers at A than B, so they cower down to the pit, they wait for the commitment, and here it comes.
Yeah, this should be a lot of waiting and then all over in an instant. Like some kind of supernova, right? Nothing, and now one big explosion into complete darkness for NiP. Gambit have got this third. They break apart the pistols. The Zeus never given a chance to fire off. And so there's the conversions found for the Gambit boys. Now we get to see Device donning that orb. Rifles on everyone else. Kit for Plopsky and plenty of utility here on the NiP side. One MAC-10 still in play. That's going to be on Nafany, but he's good at being a nuisance in these kind of rounds.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Gambit are going to do in this one with an SMG. Sending it up fast towards apartments, perhaps. Shiro's holding Banana, but he has already been smoked off. NiP not really putting too much faith in their deep B take. It's just going to be a flash at the corner with Linus ready. Nafany lining up long smokes. And that's a big entry from Hobbit as well. Hampus goes down up on the short side, and Gambit, if they want, they can just double down, commit off the back of that kill. Device is fired off the AWP. They know what's round the corner, and Device tries to dodge a flash, but they peek with it, and Nafany catches him in the open. Oh, the orb can't fire anymore as Rez doubles down with the M4 holding onto this A site. But he is getting lurked up on long. Luckily, Linus covering, and Rez finding a third massive hold. Are they ready for the lurk? Yes, Linus deals death to Axel, leaving Inters in the clutch.
Yeah, it was never going to be easy. Inters has the bomb plant. That is one thing going his way. They're also held back by his moto smoke, and so Inters has a little veil to slip down into the pit. NiP flashing through, but they haven't pushed yet. And Inters has even retrieved another smoke. He's throwing that onto Moto, but NiP are already through, spilling into the site. Don't know where he is yet, but as he peeks up, Plopsky on the angle is there to drive that one home for NiP.
Wow, man, you got to give it to Rez as well. Like, both A players get decimated. Hampus headshot on short, Device caught out in the open with the orb, and then you just have Rez go nuclear, right? He destroys Gambit. Kills the first two guys coming up, including the AWP, and then the apps drop as well, while Linus covers long. They don't fall for anything there, do NiP. And they steal away their first round. Good to see it early as well. We know that if NiP are going to 2-0 this series, it's not going to be easy here on Inferno. So getting on the board ASAP is going to be helpful. Quick pause after the round win. Because really, that should never have been a round win, right? With Gambit double entrying. I think that was a lock-in, especially on a map like Inferno. So you want to iron out what actually went wrong in the beginning of the round and maybe come up with a solution for the next. Gambit have a full buy, no more SMGs, and even the AWP on Shiro still.
Oh, double AWP on the NiP side.
Cheeky.
That's a big old investment to bring out. They put a lot of faith in it. So, triple B hold early on. I imagine this is with the goal of getting Device set up with an AWP. He doesn't bother taking a top banana peek, however. That's because of all this utility that's rained in. He just plays it safe. Rez's AWP finds its way over here on the short side. Hobbit and Nafany are set up over towards top mid, right? Trying to get this bit of real estate. This is like pretty standard defaulting. You want to take top mid control away while you're working for Banana. Now you've got options open. You've also forced NiP back into the A site, so they don't have this information as to what's going on in top mid. sets Gambit up nicely to go wherever they want. And it is looking like, from this at least, they're hoping to get into B, and that's further strengthened by the fact that Hobbit is now leaving the apartments. However, look at Rez. He's peeked into middle, and so there's a third player rotating around to B now. He gets here in time. Plopsky dies in the sight, and unfortunately, Linus, as this third man, wasn't able to find anything as he's smoked off.
Even removed by the AWP. Damn, what a flashbang as well. Device is on a really good angle to usually get a shot. Even if the flash comes in, if you fire straight away and back up, you're usually good. But he gets completely whited, can't hit the shot, and then Gambit just pummel into the B-bomb site. Brutal execute there. And the save is attempted, but it's not going to be easy. Hobbit's already hunting. He's done a lot of damage to Rez. And you really would like to get this AWP into the next round, so don't want to lose any more bodies who already can't really buy up, but that's not going to help either. Hamper's going down, and Rez, they know he's not far off with the AWP either.
Yeah, man, and like even a slight breeze is enough to deal with Rez. Ooh, Hobbit's Glock, not going to get him in time, and so the AWP's kept forward, but that really is where the list of positives for NiP begin and end. Got the sniper rifle here. That's the only thing you're bringing with you. So we're looking at Rez and we're saying, look, man, you're free to do whatever you want. Try give us a round. Or just focus on saving that AWP with you into the next. Yeah. Two ways you can try and approach it.
He had a B spawn, and yeah, he's going for it. Okay, Rez, that's what we wanted. Perfect position to put the AWP in, especially surrounded by pistols. Unfortunately, they can't get that gun out of Banana. It will likely be thrown out the map by Gambit if they have a moment to do so. Device, the Deagle up and apps. Hobbit spots him, and Device can run back in time, unpunished. Still putting pressure on B. The AWP's actually left this site. And Nafany, he's about to find out the easy way, killing Plopsky and actually retreating off the back of that kill, making it a 4-on-4. That being said, Rez is still up in middle with the AWP, and yeah, Nafany's calling for support to come his way. He's got a kill, he doesn't see the AWP, and it's temptation enough that Rez might have left this bomb site. The question really is, does Rez read this in time? He still has full mid control, and it's very quiet, so yeah, him getting aggressive is not going to help. He'll get the info, sure, but that will likely leave him to save this AWP. Gambit already in the B site with a headshot, and that should be the round.
Yeah, that's very well played out of Gambit, man. They navigate that one really nicely. You know, it's super common whenever you've got like a hero AWP saved forward like this, that he's going to be very, very mobile, right? Getting a kill and then rotating to the other side of the map. And Gambit almost, you know, they anticipate that. They anticipate that Rez has done what AWPers in this position often do. So now they're up 5-1. And while the AWP and AK is saved, it's still a scoreline growing ever more so in favor of Gambit.
Yeah, it's feeling like a typical Gambit T-side of Inferno, right? Very punishing, very brutal. NiP don't have that info yet. And the second they get the info, the second you feel like, you know, if you're NiP and you spot mid, you peek down, you're like, oh, guys, I know what they're doing. They've already done it, in fact. Gambit are already in that B-bomb site, so yeah, NiP, you know, it's Inferno CT side. It's going to come down to rifle rounds. You aren't going to be winning ecos here unless things get really out of hand and maybe you're doing mid rushes. But for the most part, you're waiting for the guns. And so now they come back out. Gambit always do a good job of hunting saves on this map. And this game has been no exception. So Device now given the AWP, saved twice to get him in, get that in his hands, but Shiro, he can see fingers of his own up top B. He almost takes a kill. There might be a reflash back in for Linus.
Oh yeah, they're retaking this, and yet still Axile is able to win it out. Hobbit, meanwhile, has also taken a player out of the apartments. These little lurk kills that Hobbit is able to get are not wasted on a squad like Gambit. Look at all the uncertainty this is throwing up for NiP. It's forced risks, it's forced gambles, and it's created holes in this CT defense. Nafany is the man exploiting that right now, wrapping through CT. He has been spotted. That is information for NiP. The A plays now coming in, and Hampus, solely responsible for A, is brought to his knees.
Hobbit as well, that lurk. He just stays on the second balcony as Hampus tries to run away. He gets shot in the back. Might get one, but no more. And the same case at the bottom of middle. Plopsky gone immediately to Shiro's orb. Always where you least expect it. And Gambit, this is a beautiful T side. For a second, right, they were set up to go for that mid to B. They got Nafany and Spawn. The bombs in Banana with everyone else. Nafany's wrapping CT. He gets spotted. And I love the call there. Instead of just committing into what was, CT players being aware of the wrap, they just double back into mid. Nafany 180s. He doesn't die. He keeps that A control. And, Hampus eventually gets boxed in. So 6-1. Nothing going wrong for Gambit right now. I don't see anything starting. We don't even have an orb for NiP here either. That's been their one way to finding opening kills.
Yeah, man, the CT money, man, we talk about it all the time, but it is just so applicable in moments like this, right? It's so punishing. It's not until you chain a couple of rounds together that you really get any kind of levity against the relentlessness of these purchases out of Gambit. You're always going to be feeling like you're on the ropes, like you're one round loss away from having your money broken. And so this scoreline can just spiral out of control. That's even reflected in the kills as well. There's 12 total for all of NiP. 30 for Gambit. They've been leaps and bounds ahead in terms of the damage they've been able to do to getting NiP established in this map. So with the rifles out now, can they find success? Out through top mid for Gambit again. This time, Shiro with that bomb goes back to check Banana, but it looks like he is going to commit with the rest of the team.
Yeah, Gambit are going to explode here with this ab smoke as well. Everyone's grouped on short. Device moving back in past the motor smoke, committing, but it does mean that Nafany is now on this long lurk. However, they don't have time to wait for him, and they have 20 seconds. Oh, Shiro with the shot hits Rez on default. That's going to get calmed over, but they've got to go. 15 on the clock. Gambit needs to move. They're stuck in a stalemate right now, and the bomb almost gets dropped, but almost won't cut it. The plant is allowed in an instant as Gambit find 3 kills. All it would have taken is killing Axile, and that could have thrown the round into disarray, as someone would have had to pick up the bomb and go back for the plant. Instead, he lives on just mere points of health. And Gambit, it felt like that round was, that we often talk about Gambit in reference to Na'Vi, and we say like, oh, these super late rounds, right? It's like the Na'Vi style, but sometimes it goes right. Well, not sometimes, but it more often than not does go right. We see Na'Vi lose so many rounds at a time. Gambit in those positions, I don't know how they do it. They're so good at converting. 15 on the clock as they're pushing through smokes, and no casualties. Can't really ask for more than that.
Oh yeah, looking over on the B stream, we got another treat, right? Mouse Sports versus Team Liquid. Right there, Team Liquid in the lead as it stands by the looks of things. There's always a chance that changes. They're also over on the first map. By the looks, Mouse are coming in with a force spike to try and upset that scoreline a little bit. So we'll keep you posted as to what's going on across the streams. Right now, though, I want to look at Threat giving an impassioned speech to the rest of NiP. He knows better than most. It's going to take a lot to turn this scoreline around, and he hopes he can get involved and start making that happen.
Yeah, they need something. They need anything at this point, Harry. A hero, perhaps. Remember, Rez is 3K towards the Moto side. That's really the only kills we've marveled at for NiP in this game. 7-1.
Yeah, man, I think, once again, purely just because of who he is, why he was brought in, I'm looking at Device to be the guy to try and fill a void a little bit here. Another reason I'm looking at Device is he's on the CT side right now. This is where you're meant to be able to do your best work as an AWPer.
Oh, Linus is going to get flashed in here. He's behind the wood. The flash goes over, and Linus into the AWP, blinded, hits the shot. Shiro was dinked for the M4, but it doesn't stop him, nor Axile, who finds 3 kills up B. There's the trade for Hampus, but it's all too little and too late. The site has been lost, and Gambit are bringing the bomb. Actually, I lie, they're not.
They're not even bringing it, man.
I don't think they care. I don't think they need the bomb, Harry. NiP are already saving. Why wouldn't they? That's so sad, man. Linus, flash down B, fully blind is Shiro. He gets dinked, he still gets the kill. What more can you do?
Yeah, and T-side AWPing really is not easy. Really isn't easy. Can't stress that enough. And yet, yeah, that's a bit weird.
Did he not hear it? He just jumped out of apartments. They walked right by him. He's waiting for more, perhaps, but now he's got them trapped in spawn. And yeah, it was all calculated from the get-go. Hobbit knows what's up. One more man to worry about, but this is, you know, if you talk about the T side of Ancient being a masterclass from NiP, well, you can't not say the same here from Gambit. Seemingly no way back in.
It sucks as well because that was the gun that's cut loose. So, you know, Rez hoping to hunt down an AK here. He's like, oh my God. Oh my God, there it is. Oh, never mind. Hobbit was waiting for him all along.
And Hobbit's so smart.
I mean, yeah, dude, there's a reason why he's been able to keep up with all the youngsters, right? There's a reason he's been able to do that, and it is because he's got a great brain for the game on his shoulders.
And a major trophy in the cabinet.
And a major trophy in the cabinet. Yeah, how many people can say that? You can't.
No.
Hugo?
Yeah, you got me there, mate. Caught red-handed, busted. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Sinking feeling right now.
What's happened here, then?
Put it out of its misery, please.
Valve, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
Chicken stuck.
It's how you get revenge.
Man, that's a genuine cockstucker. A1.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, Harry.
Bring us back into the moment, Hugo. Get me feeling emotions.
Well, we got the AWP, Harry. You've been calling for it. You've been begging Device to wake up, and he is 1-8. This could be the time. He's peeking down middle, and Gambit. I mean, they've been really good at not giving any openings away, right? From even the previous round where we had that flash down banana. Sure, he still hits the shot. The only time we've had one of those openers for NiP was when Rez had the AWP surrounded by USPs, and he peeked B off of spawn. He had a really good spawn, and he took Exile. Other than that, first kills have pretty much all been Gambits. And they are looking to pop out of apps. They're not going to commit here. Only 2 Ts in position. But if they get a kill, that's temptation.
It's just the way it's all so quiet, right up until the moment it isn't, right? You're not getting any tells if you're NiP. It's not until the moment they strike that you're made aware. Device dead after one. Rez trying to make another hero play. And oh, Rez might have to be the reoccurring hero of this A-bomb site. In with another multi-kill. Is it going to be enough to have teed up NiP for a second round? Inters, once again, is in a clutch at this A site. I'm having deja vu right now. He's getting the bomb planted, back corner. AIDS rain over, chipping him down. They know they've got him trapped. This is a rough spot to be in. And they just whittle him down. The defuse is in for NiP. And once more, they owe it all to Rez, man. Missed the hat-trick in this A-bomb site.
He is their win condition right now, isn't he? A 3-piece. I don't know how he does it, just dancing behind default. And he kills everyone from Gambit, trading the AWP. Killing Shiro is impressive enough. Device found one on the orb. That was nice. But really, Rez is what takes the cake. He is responsible for both of NiP's rounds on this A site. Crispy stuff for Rez. But money is no object for Gambit. They're going to be able to rebuy till at the end of the game. It's Shiro again opening up. Device peeking down middle, goes wide. It looked dead on for him. Shiro was watching the wrong side, but he flicks back. And, oh, how are you supposed to break through? You need Rez, you need a hero. Hampus has been mollied out of position. Rez is still sat back on the long side, but right now, Gambit are taking B. This looks more like an A take, but that's the beauty of the fake. 3 in banana with the bomb. Not much noise being made on this side of the map, but NiP will throw retake utility, and that will send Gambit out. They go back into the A site where NiP is at 2-2.
They're very, very worried about what's going on in middle. They just don't have the info. They don't have the manpower to take a peek either and get the info. Rez is instead passive back on the long side, playing a wider angle. And Rez, knowing that he's got to dig deep to make magic happen, was trying to do all he could to save this round. Now he's got to watch on from beyond the grave. The spirit of Rez is looking down on Hampus, trying to bless him with the power to hold this A bomb site. There's the flash, here comes the peak. First kill for Hampus, dropping the bomb with it, buying time for rotations. Plopsky's here to help out. There's a nice trade back from Hobbit, but it's not without a left hook inside the site. Hampus is the guy bringing the heat. He closes the round out for NiP. And who knows, maybe even just having Rez blessing you from beyond the grave is enough.
Yeah, well, his 98 and 99 damage on those two players certainly helped out, didn't it? Putting Shiron into so low. Great hold for Hampus. You know, we're getting more players for NiP waking up in this game, and they're going to need to, right, with Shiro having a monster performance on the AWP, and Hobbit, his lurks have just been sublime. Finally shut down on A yet again. And so all three rounds have come to A. I imagine we've got to see Gambit go back to some of these B rounds, right? Because this is dominant, but there's still room for NiP to come back in and take a 7-8. It's not pretty, but 7-8 after what was 7-1 is certainly a recovery rather. So there's still hope yet, and for that reason alone, Gambit might try and avoid this A site in the long term. Throwing some mid-utility, but you can see, again, the bomb back up Banana. Device is here, however. Plopsky with the worst weapon in the round, sadly, but he has utility to stall out this B play, and NiP even throwing smokes over the roof to keep these T's out of middle. Can't block that one. 50 seconds almost, and Gambit are getting ready to explode. It looks like a commitment on the first volley. It's all they've got. 2 smokes, a flash, and a Molotov. Here come Gambit.
Flash over, peaks now for Device, out from Coffins. Him and Plopsky will combine for kills apiece, and they've broken apart the attempt at a B explosion. The bomb's completely left. Shiro has entirely abandoned Hobbit and is just saving the AWP. It somewhat begs the question, you know, Hobbit, does he even need to be here? He's out on an island, maybe just hoping to do damage as Hobbit, and yeah, now he'll decide to back out as well. Just the save for Gambit. A nice B hold from NiP. Slowly but surely, they might be feeling a bit more confident with this CT side now, right? Up until this point, Gambit really have just been exploding onto your bomb sites. They haven't been throwing much in the way of fakes. They haven't really been going for any of these huge avant-garde rotations or anything like that. It's been a lot of just taking some map control, keeping it quiet, keeping it silent, and then exploding off of a flash and smoke setup.
Yeah, no warning, really. And that's the beauty of it. Even when NiP know it's coming, like I'm thinking back to that, you know, 15-second round on A, where NiP, you know, they had the smokes down at the perfect point. They knew exactly what was happening. And I was watching on the cam as well, seeing Threat. I mean, everyone looks so shocked that they lost that round, probably because the call is like, we can't lose this, guys. It's 10 seconds. We have a AAA. We know they're coming. And then Gambit find all 3 kills in an instant. Just so suffocating to deal with. That being said, NiP waking up near the end of the half. Couple of rounds here to play with, even defending a B assault as well. So nice stuff from Device and Plopsky. Gambit, like, at the end of the day, they've won the half. They can be happy with that, but why quit when you're ahead? Why not get further ahead? And so Gambit don't want to, you know, miss out on this opportunity for more T rounds. They've certainly got the money to sustain, and there's 3 opportunities left.
Yeah, we're getting more of this Hobbit Nafany lurk together in the apartments. I like that, right? I like that we're seeing this make a return. I think this was really, really strong for Gambit whenever they were keeping the attention of NiP divided elsewhere. It felt like it was doing them a world of good. And Hobbit is oftentimes very, very good at hitting these timings on these lurk plays. Instead of using him as a lurker, though, here, it looks like they might just fully regroup. Hobbit is called that he's got a lot of position towards the apartments. They hear Device chiming in with a shot, but he misses the opportunity. And now they're actually hunting him down, pushing through the smokes, chasing Device in CT. He realizes this, and he's called for support from the B players. Nafany's going to deal with Plopsky, and now this round starts to get a little bit wild. Back through Banana for Gambit. They're already in the B site. Nafany continuing to disrupt the rotations. Linus, as the one player here, is cancelled out as well. And Gambit, they've saved this round by changing the call on the fly into a B play.
Oh, just beautiful leading. And a poor NiP, right? Linus, he's getting peaked from CT, from the B side of things. He's not ready for that. He's trying to stop the mid to be there. Same case with Plopsky as well, right? Like, there are 3 players out on Arch side. Plopsky gets 1. He continues to spray, hoping for a re-peak, and they just tuck. They don't give him anything. Second, he finishes his spray. He gets swung. So, yeah, beautiful mid-rounding out of Gambit there. And it feels like nothing can go wrong for these guys. Nafany just cycling weapons out of position and not letting anyone pick up much. Meanwhile, Liquid, dominant stop over Mouse Sports in the first map of that series.
Yeah, up 14-8, although we've seen Team Liquid have problems getting games over the line, so it wouldn't surprise me if we cut back to this one a few more times while our game's going on.
That
looked interesting. Now I want to know what was about to happen.
Well, add a B to the link if you want to find out if Grim has snuck behind enemy lines. You'll see over there. But right now, Gambit, they're all over the place. They're in your front, they're in your back, they're in your spawn, man. And they're on the board. 9 rounds here on the T side. Another buy for NiP. If Gambit win this, it's surely an 11-4 half. In which case, we're in hot water. Oiling and bubbling over the brim. Double setup in abs. It's nice to see, but if Device misses the shot, then someone's on the chopping block. Hampus is going to have to swivel. But Device, why would he miss? Oh, Hobbit won't either. Wallbang coming in, and now it's Hampus alone in apps. They don't know about it. The Hobbit with a perfect spray. He fakes it out by spamming and immediately deals with the re-peak. This guy has one hell of a brain on his shoulders. He's got the aim to back it up. Maybe a third, and there it is from Hobbit. My goodness, get him out.
The apartments, man, they are Hobbit's playground. He's loving these angles, being able to direct the flow of where NiP are coming and when. And really, he's won the round already. I hate to spoil the outcome of this one for you, but this is just a save for NiP. Hobbit doing a whole team's worth of work over at that A-bomb site single-handedly.
Yeah, you can never complain about that, right? Gambit don't even really have to play this round. And neither do the B players for NiP, just holding on to their guns. Like, Gambit should be hunting here for sure. It's coming into the last round of the half. They can sustain another loss or two. So definitely worth, throwing a flash up into B, hunting. Even 1 kill makes all the difference, right? These are just rifles that will not be redeemed in the follow-up round. Every gun that you take away is permanent here for round number 15. So here come Gambit. NiP hiding in ruins. It's up to Hobbit. He might be on for the ace here if he's an absolute madman, but time will elude, and this shot will too. Linus keeps his weapon, and it seems like NiP will at least have something to play with in this last round of the half. 2 guns can be dropped over, and surely a full buy here for NiP.
Yeah, it's a huge save.
Yeah.
I think really, if you're NiP, you're not happy with the outcome of the round, obviously, but you're happy that Gambit didn't fully dedicate to hunting you down there. I think if they did, this would be as good as done. 11-4, no hope at winning this round. NiP at least have a chance at a 5-10 half, thanks to the 2 saves. And look who's back in the apartments again.
NiP aren't touching it, mate. NiP aren't going anywhere near these apartments. They are staying outside, getting some sun, getting some fresh air, and keeping the hell away from this guy. But maybe some banana control.
Oh, yeah, nice flash deep down, but Axal was turned, playing anti-flash, and behind the half wall was never blinded. He doesn't know it, but if only he had picked up the pace, the flash into the site meant Hampus actually got lost. But this is where Gambit's genius comes from, right? It's all about getting the opener, causing your opponent to have to take risks and take gambles, and using that to make the round easier. Look at this. NiP are fully stacking this B bomb site with 3 players, leaving Device alone at A, and he's about to get pressured by the entire Gambit team.
Yeah, Gambit never go one route, do they? They're always wrapping, they're always taking more space. They've got long, they've got abs, they will have short if they want it. Device, 20 seconds, dropping the bomb here, could win the round for NiP. Anything else, and it's a done deal. It's an 11-4. There's the bomb drop, but he is traded swiftly, and that gives time for Gambit to grab the package. NiP, last round, you got to retake, but it's not a round you would retake in a normal circumstance, and it's not going to get any easier. Shiro cuts off a rotation. There's one man back down middle. Shiro should be good for that as well. And Linus will fall on long. It's the beginning of the end here for NiP on Gambit's map pick. And Hampus can do nothing but burn to a crisp. There we go. 11-4. Gambit looking ludicrous right now. Let's see if NiP can recover or if Gambit are taking us all the way to a 3-mapper after the break.
Hey Future Pros, I was observing a MeisterChef game not too long ago, and I saw this nice set piece for retaking B on Inferno from Cressy. This mini execute will block off Banana and molly anyone out of pool. To do this nade combo, get into the corner up
all 3 maps, and with how the scoreline is right now, we're probably feeling quite good on them being able to do that.
Yeah, a little pop play with a flash at top B. We got 3 players here. Util on Hampus and Linus. You can throw a full B execute. You can do, a fake. What will be the call? They actually leave B. Ooh, scary. Hobbit making the call. I've got this, guys. I can hold it alone. And maybe he can. Who am I to doubt Hobbit? Shame to not see him in the apps, to be honest, but there's 4 players up on A, so no need. Fake on the A side, Hampus throwing grenades, but they're all going to pop into B eventually. Hobbit, oh, he needed that kill. Device just destroying him, and now this play is on. Rez cutting off rotates, or at least trying to, drops inters on the Moto side, and now the boost coming up for Gambit. They're just trying to put a stop to this.
Oh, Shiro, there's one, and he does manage to drop, but Rez on this wrap round has made quick work of the 2B players. Axal, he doesn't have CT, he can't even begin to rotate in to attempt the 1v3. And so NiP are looking like they're onto a pistol victory.
Yeah, I actually really like that pistol as well, right? Like, we have Hampus lurking at apps. He drops the lurk smoke. He drops the flash out A. And to be honest, in a pistol round on a CT side, if you're seeing utility, it's very rarely a fake, right? Like, you don't want to bring more than 2, sometimes 3 sets of util into pistols. It's going to, incapacitate you in terms of not having the armor. And so Hampus faking that keeps 4 players on A for Gambit for so long. All it takes is Device killing Hobbit, and the round is almost decided from that. So NiP hit some claps. They're trying to get back into things. They're trying to hype themselves up. They'll need to if they're going to pull a T-side comeback here and now.
Yeah, they're still smiling, and they're still looking determined, right? This isn't a done deal yet. No one's doubting that these familiar faces on the NiP squad have got what it takes to dig deep. I think the ball is just more in Gambit's court still. It doesn't feel like the momentum is necessarily swung around yet. But, you get the conversions, you break apart a force buy, And suddenly, that momentum does start to change around. That first rifle round then matters a hell of a lot. So let's see if they can get these conversion rounds on the NiP side.
Especially with this force in play, right? Definitely scary. We've got some smokes to delay this round for NiP, but even the Deagles with that body shot damage and the FAMAS as well, one rifle. It's not bad for Gambit. It's all about how they use it, where they put their pieces. Again, leaning A heavy. Axel looking for a gap in the smoke. Common to see boosts over this even, but careful. You don't know what your enemy sees. Maybe they have more of a gap than you do. Hampers clearing long, and he might get baited in by Shiro here, but he doesn't fall for it. Molly goes in, and it doesn't matter. Axel gets the kill. That's that one rifle coming to life right here. It might send NiP out of this bomb site, but they have no more real estate, looking to just commit. In fact, Gambit think they're leaving as well. They've said they rotate out, and there's Shiro getting headshot on the long side. NiP now can commit into this two-man hold.
Yeah, they won't know about Nafany. He's kind of playing this this bait and switch with Inters, but also is holding down the long side. The flash is good. Inters fully blinded from it, and now they're starting to spill across. However, this smoke is making them quite close with the pistols, and Nafany is holding on. Finally shut down by Linus. 10 seconds as the bomb plant's coming in. They're not watching it. However, he's just got the numbers in time. Device has got to do it. And Axel hunts down the remaining two.
What a flash from Hobbit as well. Perfectly placed. Device, he definitely was in a position to win that 1v2. Bomb for him, pit, rifle, everything looking good, but absolutely blinded. And Axel, the one FAMAS. I never thought I'd see a hero FAMAS winning a round versus rifles like that. Unbelievable. Great shots for Nafany too. Back at the site, hits a couple of heads with the 5.7. Rare to see that gun over the CZ, but there we go. That's why. Lovely stuff. And yeah, hey, NiP, there may have been some claps after winning the pistol, where they're going to get clapped back now, Harry. Momentum gone.
Yeah, right, man. It just makes mincemeat that entire discussion we just had about trying to get the momentum back in your favor. And yeah, you know, you say how the famous play from Axel is huge. That is very much the thing that closes out the round. But Nafany, I think, is the guy who tees everything up. That double kill, slowing down the rate the bomb plant can come in. It left them with like 9 seconds, and so Linus is just panicking, right? Trying to get the bomb down as fast as he can. Device wasn't able to cover him, and the whole round just tumbles away. Gambit seemingly able to win no matter what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, Hobbit with an AK. Glad they've thrown that to him. He's boosted back B. Nafany, not really the gun for this range, but he can throw an assisting utility. Flash above Hobbit as to set him up when this B play comes in. He's also jumping for a warning, and there's the warning signal called. Nade goes out. Hobbit's time to shine, but he's mollied and blind. He can't do a thing. Dropping into the smoke. Nafany from a range, picking up some players, and they know Hobbit should be back here, but they're still focused on other CTs coming through these smokes. There's Hobbit activated. Nafany comes through his own, and Device is just hunting kills that are disappearing in thin air. Gambit, what a brutal round. My goodness, just coming through, popping in through smokes, disappearing, back again. You never know which whack-a-mole is going to poke his head up. And Gambit just clean as can be on that B-bomb site. 13-5, breaking the money again. NiP's force goes nowhere. Back to the drawing board.
Oh, now the grim reality might be setting in for NiP. Oh my word! Oh, the nades! The nades are brutal. Hobbit and Inters, man, they've cancelled out anything that NiP were looking forward to in this round. They get that kill, and it was like, oh, maybe we can spill into B. Nah, big chunky nades, big utility damage. And big smiles
Hobbit
all around for the Gambit squad.
Hobbit's 20-8 against NiP. Wow. not every day you get this, but
Well,
yeah, I'm so glad that the Gambit are not ruffled by LAN, right? I think there was so many questions on, you know, not just the online era and now coming back, who's the winners, who's the losers, but I think a lot of people, you know, don't hold as much weight on a team like Gambit who have made their mark in the online era, and now here they come through to LAN and they look just as good, if not better right now.
I mean, another thing for Gambit was like, you know, that there were times where I was kind of getting worried about the idea of like burnout or like, you know, pushing themselves super hard because they were playing in everything during the online era, right?
Yeah.
They were always having to fight their way through event to event, just constantly practicing, boot camping. You know, these guys had a packed schedule. And the results were showing on the back of it early on, but then I started to get concerned. You know, we'd already seen teams in 2020 suffer from burnout.
Yeah.
But that's why it's great to see here on LAN, guys like Hobbit especially looking reinvigorated with new stakes on the line, with higher stakes on the line. A 4-on-4 in this rifle round. And is NiP looking worse for wear? NiP grinding to a halt, waiting to challenge for this banana control. There's a deep smoke in their way. I like that Gambit have just put full faith in Nafany alone at top banana, but it does come with its fair share of risks. It's pretty common to see a player jumping the half wall for information. But if he offers up this kill, that B bomb site would belong to NiP.
That's why we have this walk. Rotate coming in. Nafany, he gets one at least. That's something that will stall this B play. Inters is now in position. He's got a Molotov even to drop and to deny NiP. Oh dear, that's going to throw a spanner in the works. They've got to wait a few seconds. A flank coming in. The bomb's spotted by Axel. He doesn't want to commit there and give NiP the advantage back. He wants them to go into the stack, into the two-man hold. Inters trades 1-for-1, and it's up to Shiro here alone. Smoked off right now. Rez is waiting on it, and a missed shot from Shiro has left it all in the palm of Axel. He's gone all the way around. They last saw him in Banana. Are they ready for this?
Surely not. I mean, he's gone silent. They haven't heard the footsteps. They're still looking towards Banana. Linus is considering a CT peek, but no one is considering coffins. Yeah. That is the last place that you imagine Axel goes. And so he fills those coffins with NiP players. 15 on the board for Gambit, a clutch to get them there out of Axile. And as we say, when they win it with the force, when they win it in the clutches, these guys are seemingly able to turn any situation into their favor.
That's just not fair. That's just not fair. There's only two men, Harry. They can only hold two positions. Of course he comes from this one. What a sick play for Axel. The second he makes contact down bottom B to Linus, he just runs the rotate. He knows no matter what happens, they're not ready for this one. He has the element of surprise for at least a kill. And in fact, it's both and the round. 15-5, Axel beasting. There is no weak link right now for Gambit, and Shiro answers the call yet again, dropping Hampus in middle and throwing this round into disarray once more.
Yeah, now a man down at crunch time, man. NiP, if you were still trying to have faith, if you were still trying to feel any kind of goodness about this this map, losing Hampus to begin this round up against 15, and now getting even worse as Rez is toppled on the short side. NiP, they can feel this map slipping away from them. They can feel that third map looming in the distance, and with Gambit now warmed up into this series and firing on all cylinders, it's gonna be a treat. Just Plopsky left. He's got to do the honorable thing and let Gambit collect their victory on their map pick. There's the flank to seal the deal, and it feels only right that it's Hobbit to finish the unexpected journey for Gambit on Inferno.